When it comes to my work in immersive experience design, it actually comes from the realization that in the future, companies will have much less contact with their customers because everything's going digital. Everybody's using e-commerce, everybody's using remote channels. We even work from home more and more. And as a result, there's much less physical contact between companies, employees, and their customers. And this physical contact, on the one hand, by going digital is much more efficient, but at the same time, it also reduces the opportunities to really build relationships with customers. Because at the end of the day, these relationships happen between humans. And that means that whenever there is a contact point, whenever there is a touch point, it really becomes important. And as a company, you really need to create a situation where you almost immerse a customer in your brand, in your proposition. Instead of dealing with the experience as something that goes on top of the products and services that you offer, you actually have to realize that the experience is the product that you're offering. And in a way, everything that you do should become so impactful that even that one little touch point becomes something that the customer will remember for maybe even years. Whether we need to wait until there's a change in CEO generation before customer experience becomes a kind of a priority for organizations is a little bit harsh in my point of view on the CEOs. Because yes, on the one hand, there are clearly CEOs which are more customer minded than others. But if I look at the market today, I think there's something else that's going on here, and that is that those CEOs which, let's say, don't get it, they're maybe being presented with the wrong information, and that makes it hard for them to take decisions. I mean, if I think about it, when I have to convince somebody of something, and that person does not see my point of view, I don't think it's smart of me to say, oh, they don't get me. I think the real question should be, maybe I'm not being convincing enough. And when you look at the reality of a CEO, their job is not necessarily to improve the customer experience. Let's be really blunt about this. Their job is to make money for the shareholders, make money for the organization. And that's their number one priority. And if customer experience supports that, all the better. If it is unclear, then they're going to be unclear about whether they should support customer experience. So my conclusion is kind of like, yes, there's always going to be some CEOs who may not be that customer oriented, but maybe instead of saying they don't get it, we should change our language and actually start talking about the money in customer experience, and that way give them the business case which really will excite them.